So sun prints or nature prints are blue paper that captures objects that you place upon them and you expose to the sun. And so here are my examples. You'll see this one is my favorite one. So this paper was entirely blue, and I put some dirt and other stuff, and I kind of put it all over the paper, and I exposed it to the sun outside. And then where the dirt was remains blue, but the rest of the paper slowly turns to a pale blue. And then you rinse it off in water for about a minute. You can let it soak, and then you want to let it dry flat. It makes a print of the sun. And you can do this with anything. I cut out some holes from a hole punch, and I cut out some squiggly paper and printed this. And so what happens is wherever the squiggly paper was will remain dark blue until you rinse it out, and those chemicals get rinsed out and they turn white. And then where the sun has hit this paper, it's all this dark blue paper, it was in the sun it turns pale. And so another favorite of mine is leaves that I have done. So here are a few leaves that I put on, and then with this light over here, these parts, I actually took some, the kits usually come with an acrylic sheet that you can sit over it so that your objects sit still, they don't get blown away by the wind. And I actually painted some watercolors on that to see what would happen. And so today we're going to take some leaves and we're going to put it on there and take a print so you can see it in action. These kits are fairly cheap, and they are lots of fun. You get maybe like 20 sheets in a pack, maybe a little bit more depending on what you find. And it's a really cool experiment to try out at home and see different things that you can do. So here is the undeveloped sun print paper, and I'm going to put some objects on here. I'm going to put some leaves. Put that flower and these leaves on it, and then I'm going to put the acrylic sheet over it. And I will carry this out in the sun and expose it. And it should take anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how sunny it is. Today it is really sunny, so it doesn't take very long. And here is the sun print with the acrylic on, and it is out in the sun. And you'll start seeing that the blue color of the paper turn almost a paler blue or even white, depending on how long you leave it out. It looks like it's probably done, and I'm going to take it inside. So here is the paper pre-rinse, and so where it is dark blue, it'll be white after I rinse it off. Now I have rinsed the paper, and you can see that it's white where the leaves and the flower was. And then when it dries, it'll get darker. And these are how the sun prints have turned out for us today. This is the Creative Crafting logo for this video. And we have our leaves. And I do like the kind of halftone right up in here. That is really cool looking. And then finally, I did paint the acrylic with some temper paint so I can wash it off, and I thought this was kind of cool. It's a little smiley face. So where everything's white was the temper paint, and then I smeared some off to make the little smiley face. I think it's really cool. This is a photochemical reaction because of the unique properties of the sun print paper. I highly recommend anyone to go ahead and do this craft. Enjoy it, and try to be inventive with it. Use different lights than the sun, maybe an incandescent light bulb, and see how that works. Expose it at different ways and just try to see what unique properties you can bring out of it. And as always, have fun. And remember, there's no mistakes. There's just imperfections that make it unique. And these are how the sun prints have turned out for us today. There's my these are how the sun prints have turned out for us today. These are how my sun prints.
Are you on video? Are you on video?
Yes.